everyone, and welcome to episode 3/4/God only knows because we haven't really worked out how to schedule things in a way that's intelligent. So we're not sure when we'll be out. We just know it hasn't been as early as we would have liked it to have been.
Yeah, we've had a few little stumbles along the way. I think it's fair to say the
Such as
technology
real
has
life.
been very, very, very confusing.
And actually having a job, a day job, one of our things died live.
Yeah.
Do we have it now? No, we don't. Is it gone? Yes, it is. Could you maybe turn some of your lights more towards me? Yes, you should. Your ones.
My ones.
Can you turn that one?
That one. Then they won't be able to see me at all, surely.
Ah,
My
wow.
camera's moving now.
Oh, no.
So you can't do that.
No.
Right,
Okay,
we
well,
won't do
we
that,
are
will we?
live and people don't need to hear about our beautiful faces, so.
No.
We're
Even
not
though our
live, we're
faces
just recording.
are
But...
beautiful.
Oh my god, there's beautiful and then there's us.
Oh, yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Well, it's you.
Hmm?
It's you.
There's both of us.
No.
What?
Just you.
No, I suppose very good. Anyways,
Yeah.
so can we attempt to backtrack? Because let's face it, no one's got. We're gonna think we're going to edit this. We're gonna call edit points. We're gonna then think we're gonna come back and make it better, or cut out the ums, or get only the funny bits in. And the reality of it is, by the end of the night, we won't have done that.
The AI can cut out the ers and the ums.
But they won't, will they? One of the things we found out is the AI won't even let us edit.
No, it won't let you edit the transcripts.
Same thing.
Right.
What do you mean no? Why would you start? Anyways, people don't need to hear. They haven't come here from as far as they've come or are going as far as they're going to hear us quarrel from minute number one. I think that we need to time that. Otherwise, by the end of the... What do I need to do by the end of the episode? Break your nose or something?
I think people miss the old 70s sitcom as just an old married couple quarrelling away over, I don't know, the price of bread or something.
What? You need to put me through an intense regimen of those while we're on vacation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they super bad and corny? Are they English or American?
Oh, the English, mind your language stuff, very racist these days.
Oh, I don't want to see racist stuff. I just want to see the cutesy. Is that like I Love Lucy? Anyways, yet another tangent. Stop letting me get on tangents. It's the whole point
I think
of
I
this.
might have tangents there.
There have been at least 3 or 4 tangents a video in everything we've put out from TikTok to LinkedIn. People are sick of us going all kinds of crazy directions.
Right.
Very soon we're going to have to put a map of points we've zigzagged in between. By we, I mean mostly me, but
I thought this is just to give people an insight to my life.
Right. Do they want to know or do they want to know? Is what it is.
Know.
That's right. If the people want to know, I don't know who's told you that, but if it's true and they do want to know, then we have to find a way to
reach those people that want to know about the inside dealings of my life.
And not lie to them in any which way.
That's what I do.
Okay. We can cut that one out because it's bullshit. You just wanted to hear yourself talking. It happens to people a lot. But rather, if you stayed present, this is really important, right?
Okay.
So, okay, a couple of things here. So, I am personally running, one of my, what I would call like a natural manic phrase, right? I have radically accepting what I'm going through as an ADHD person, which is to be super creative and to be, we can hear you doing that. And I'm sure that the camera is going to think they should pick it up. So I should probably be louder for the sake of AI. So what I'm saying is I have developed an interest in this. More on this later. Actually, do come back to the shop and to this episode because we have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for everyone actually coming up. But also this week, I have been busy launching another podcast in preparation of launching my book as well. And you have been busy launching initiatives internally and launching better practices in your new line of work. And we've both been busy learning lessons and efficiency lessons and attempting to get all of these things pleasantly out of the way, right? One of the things we're trying to do, and I don't know if that comes out of our podcast quite as clearly as that it should, is we're trying to find a way in which we actually are enjoying it at the same time, right?
Enjoying work.
Working together, discussing these topics, squeezing everything we can out of our surroundings so that we enjoy each other and our topics even more. So we talk about this on the cast properly before? We tend to, if we can,
I don't think we did.
We didn't, did we?
No.
We didn't talk about the thing that's already on TikTok, which is our notion of stand-ups by the sea, which are not standing up. They're actually sitting down
Hmm.
on a rock, normally on a specific rock, overlooking
We
the
do.
sea. And we go through our day stand-up.
Yeah.
Sometimes
What can be better?
well, many things can be better. We've had this conversation multiple times. But you don't want to trigger me to start thinking of what can ever be better than anything else, right? You know,
That's very true.
yeah,
Yeah, we don't want to be starting that race.
no. So back to our topic, kind of. Sometimes we do those kickoffs and those stand-ups in that position, which is genuinely, if you can muster it and you can calm down your inner critic and wonder if this is right, because as a professional you are meant to be in an office or not at all, have a suit or not be important at all, drive the right car or not, exist as a human being. All of those things are slightly ingrained in us as professionals. So taking the time to consciously break those misconceptions in our heads and really apply ourselves to what does work from anywhere at any time within our boundaries, our limits, and our needs mean is the most sustainable thing we can do for ourselves as executives. So we talk about this a lot on my newsletter. We talk about this a lot on my other podcast, which I'm conscious we haven't said much about. But do you feel this as well? Are you starting to kind of structure your life around this as a techie more than?
Yeah, I think routine in a life is always good, right? Especially for those who are perhaps undiagnosed. We need to know where we're going, what we're up to, and those things, how our day's going to pan out. And I think we get a little early morning walk out down to the coffee shop, grab a coffee, croissant, bacon sandwich or something, sit by the sea, listen to the sea, relax, get our mind wrapped around the day.
You're
And
making
they
me
come away.
hyperventilate, and you can see this. Like
I
for
can,
our
actually.
for
I'm not
our
quite sure what
listeners,
you-
for our listeners, they can't see my faces. This is, it started like calm enough, but I mean now he's really pushing it with we're listening to the sea, we're
Yeah.
calming down, or I don't know what the bloody hell we're doing, because obviously in real life these things make me hyperventilate as well. This is not our allocated time for breathing or meditating. This is our stand up. We can
Yeah.
breathe and meditate at our allocated and planned time.
Uh-uh.
Hmm.
Why can we not do both?
I'm look. This is not the space. We shall not scare the horses any further with a live
Yeah.
match that might end up with one of our noses being broken or
Generally,
out of
yeah,
sync.
Yeah.
What do you call it? To have your nose
Out
of joint.
Out of
That's
joint.
right. That's right. It came to me at the same time. We have a collective mind at times.
Yeah.
I guess we're like those couples that start looking like their dogs.
Do you think so?
Mm.
I don't think
We're
so.
each other's dogs.
What dog would you be?
Me, if I could be a dog, if I could be any dog in the
Any dog.
world,
Pick a dog.
I'd be a. I wonder if our viewers can tell. I will put an insert point here, and we'll reveal this in the next episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a teaser to keep people coming back.
Well, they should really, because I think it's self-deprecating enough, but not quite.
Right. Okay.
So let's see. What do people think I would have chosen to be if I could be a dog? What would you be? Do you know what it is, or shall we keep them waiting?
No, I'm not a very dog person.
We know that. Let's not tell them everything.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
pretend you are a dog
Was
person.
that a big reveal?
I'm pretty sure that our PR company said we have to be a dog person on
Oh.
camera.
Oh, okay.
Do you
I'm
have
a dog person.
prior
then.
pictures with dogs in your
Yeah.
life that you could refer to?
I do actually.
Do you?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Did it look like you were happy?
Do I ever look happy in a photo? You know, that
All right,
forced
well, that's a bit much.
smile.
Now we're really
No.
going there, aren't we?
Yeah,
I've
we
seen
are.
you look very happy in pictures.
Have you?
Mm.
Is that after a few beers?
I've seen you look sober and happy.
Sober and happy.
Yeah.
Once or twice.
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 Oh, wait, you're not asking for an exact number.
No.
It was
Like
a
I say, can we just
figure
have
of say.
No. Can we have a concrete example
Yeah.
of where I was?
Now we can insert some
sober
pictures.
and
In
happy
fact,
and smiling?
I have a great idea. I have read or I don't know where I get information from these days. I need to stop saying I've seen or I've read, or let me be very clear. Nobody cares. I have gathered this piece of potentially crap information from the internet, and
Well,
it is around. It's very very rarely complete crap. I'm fortunate enough to put two and two together fast enough, so it's probably slightly a more informed opinion, but it might still be very crap, and it has to do with the fact that to grow your audience, which I know nothing of, you have to promise people to get to a certain once you get to a certain amount of subscribers, you will do something or other. And it's always stricken me as it's always stricken me. It's always struck me. It's always struck me. It has always struck me as absolutely insane. Like, why would I, with my contribution of becoming one of your followers, add myself to this goal? It isn't something I can give you consistently. How is my presence going to help us get there faster? Do you know what I mean? So it's one thing if you need likes or whatever, fine, whatever. But if you need just subscribers, you just adding yourself to the pile doesn't necessarily mean someone else will whatsoever. So there's no real amplifying effect unless I'm retweeting you or unless I have some interaction with you. So what I put it to you is happening is,
yeah, but surely those engines, when you search for a tech podcast, must say these are the most popular ones by terms of subscribers.
I can completely understand why you should have many subscribers. This is not my point of contention. You're missing the point. My point of contention is, why would you as a subscriber care if I get 1 or 5 or 50, and why would my presence feel like it's adding to the point or not? Anyways,
no, I don't think
happy to
that's
explain
not why
this.
people subscribe to podcasts. People subscribe to podcasts so they don't have to go hunting to try and find the next episode.
Exactly. So why would I try and incentivize you by telling you, if I have enough subscribers, I'll show my tits? Which oh God, never.
That went left. Good grief!
I'm pretty sure that's what people say on the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there's no promise of that. We haven't discussed
it. This podcast.
When I said
if you want that to happen, that could happen.
When I said that there was going to be a surprise, I did not mean this whatsoever.
People and tech after dark.
Yeah, okay. When we hit 100,000 subscribers,
100,000
of paying subscribers, I'm going to show you my tits. It's not a problem. By then, we're going to have amazing tits to show.
Look, if we can move them all from from people and tech onto OnlyFans.
100,000 subscribers in OnlyFans, then I'll show them my tits. Before then, no. Yeah. Okay, come on now. Let's be serious for a second. So, where were we? So, again, what vested interest do you as a new subscriber have in reaching a certain subscriber milestone, right? We've just discussed it. None.
No, you've got no incentive to do
No incentive. That's exactly what I'm contending.
Other than to find out when the next show is done.
Right, so that's a different incentive. It's not for my tits. It's for, if you know what I mean. If we're not shaking the metaphor whatsoever. Say we walked away from this metaphor or that AI could clean it up.
Right.
Let's leave that. Why people get to a certain number. However, if we do get to 1,000 subscribers, I will treat you all to not 1, not 2, not 5, but 10 different pictures of Mr. Dave Ballantyne happy. Don't tell him
though. I think they're more incentivized by your tits, but
that's at 100,000.
Anyway, tits done.
Right? Can we stop talking about these things? Yes.
Subscribers done.
Oh God, everyone subscribed.
What's been bothering you this week, my love, in terms of your secret society?
In terms of my secret society, listen to the disparaging letter. Was this because I'm a techie and I consider all of these other things to be a bit silly? Is that what you're doing? Are you impression managing towards your technology affiliation in public? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just being the techie who's like, what is this touchy-feely stuff? We don't want to do it.
Are you trying to get your nose broken then?
That's about the third time you threatened me with that this week.
Live. Yeah.
First time with evidence, but, you know.
Is it the first time with evidence?
Yeah.
My hair is absolutely mental on. I shouldn't have looked. Right.
So
Were you giving me the opportunity to plug what I've done this
I
week?
was,
and then
but you're
you
not
were
taking
going,
it.
I am
so
taking it. I
let's
am
go
taking
straight
it.
on.
Let me tell you why I don't believe in your opportunities anymore. This is because the last time that I've attempted to give you a rundown of my endeavors over the last week, you have then somehow managed to lose our entire recording. We didn't know where it went. It went to recording
No,
heaven.
no.
It's what happened. It's what happened.
It wasn't
It's
that.
after 2 hours of me managing to get us into the software, which you hadn't been capable of. It has been solely my contribution.
Okay, but that didn't happen.
Very sure it happened.
It didn't happen.
I have it on camera.
No, what actually happened last time we attempted to do this was that the video mic on the laptop was used, stopped Audacity recording left and right channels. So it's coming through the same channel, which therefore means
It's come through the same channels.
the AI software we're going to be cutting it with
He's getting
will
all
not
corporate
understand
in me.
where the video, how to line up the video.
It's getting all. It's come from the same channels. It's come from different channels.
Different channels, left
You
and right.
said that, yes. I
Yeah.
feel like that's a corporate politics threat.
But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. In post edit, we'll be coming at you in glorious stereo. I will not be coming out of your right ear. She will not be coming out of your left ear. We'll both be coming out in glorious stereo.
I'm sure you need to cut this coming out a bit.
Okay.
I just feel like it's so unokay.
You think?
I mean, there's so much wrong with everything here. If we give this to someone, right, and we're like, what can you make out of this? They'd be like, squat all. There's nothing, not of value here. You guys haven't taught them anything. You haven't told them anything. Haven't really even went through what the flip you've been doing.
I know. I've given you opportunities.
Yeah.
You just haven't taken it.
So they'll put that down. There have been opportunities that have
Yeah.
been dropped. On this
Exactly.
podcast, there'll be opportunities.
But let's get serious.
Let's get serious. The faster we get serious, the faster you're going to take me what?
We're going to go salsa dancing.
Salsa.
Salsa. Potentially
In
dancing.
a new, potentially dancing, potentially salsa. In a new place we've never been to before.
But it's very cute. We like it. It looks like a nice place, doesn't it? We've been past it a few times.
Which is
And we always look in there and go, that looks really nice.
the only reason we know we've been past it is because we realized very seconds ago that we've been past it. Okay, people wouldn't understand. They would have had to have been there. And quite frankly, if any of these people listening to this would have been there, that would have been quite scary.
Yeah.
Although, we live in a small town, but not quite that small. But we are trying to be a little bit more considerate with our information online. No less because I've been notoriously data comfortable.
Data comfortable.
And
what does that mean?
Unparanoid and
you're definitely unparanoid.
And I have had CSOs even go as far as call me data promiscuous.
Data promiscuous?
Yeah.
Brief.
Yeah, anyways, we don't want to go there, do we? So.
I mean, that's a line. I've never heard that before.
Have you never?
No.
I mean, I seem to annoy corporate structures a lot. I don't know if that you've done that in your career before. I don't feel like you have.
I don't believe to the same extent
No,
that
I
you're
don't.
talking about.
I don't believe anyone has, and if to tell the tale.
No.
Right. Back to what we were saying, which one were we saying? This is what we need. This is the only thing we need from AI. Some part of AI to go, this ma'am, this is what you were saying. Hey Siri, what was I saying? Because you know what the blip I was saying.
You were saying about going out in a small town. You're saying you're data promiscuous.
That's okay. I don't want him to feel bad. What? I don't want him to feel bad. I don't want to train him badly. He'll be with me for years. He could be what the machines come at me through. You never know. You just never know. It's probably wrong. It's like the same reason I'm an agnostician. Not that. An agnosticist. An agnostic. That's the one I am.
Oh, yeah.
Because you never know.
You just never know.
You just never know.
That's the definition of an agnostic.
Oh, do we have to do this now? Shall we do politics as well? So should we talk about politics?
No.
What our car preferences, our sex preferences, our families? What else should we talk about?
No. Look, baby.
My love is what you call me on air, not baby.
My love.
No. What should you call me on air?
Baby,
That's a good one. Baby, my love. My
Baby, my
baby love.
Baby love. Oh, baby love.
Baby love.
Exactly. Look, we've just gone over the 20 minutes marker.
Have we?
We've just gone over the
absolute-
20
Yes!
minutes marker.
Yes, this is our favorite.
like-
Let's do it. Our favorite special one. No? Right. Ooh.
But
We got
No
them
value
nothing.
at
Nada. Zero content yet. 20 minutes in the can.
and
It's like alive.
You set up all these gorgeous ideals, don't you? That we're going to train the world in people and tech. You're going to talk people. I'm going
They'll
to talk
believe
tech.
us. They'll sit there for 20 minutes, wait for us to get to the fucking point, and then go like, fuck.
I know.
I don't think they should do that. I think they should take their time to get to know us a little bit, because we're going to get there.
We
What
are
else are
gonna
we
get
going to talk about? We can't be talking about us continuously. That's not a challenge. No, in all seriousness, people, okay, let's get serious as well. Let me tell you what, we've actually, believe it or not, have come up with a couple of ideas as to what we want to see happening on some of our episodes, right? Some
Yeah.
segments. One of them is going to be called the CTO Brag Corner. So we're waiting for you guys to tell us which of you guys has done some heroics last week. What piece of code have you just praised or witnessed someone create? What procedure you thought you'll never see happening has actually been kept in one of your many Scrum meetings? What is it that impressed you, right? Is that what we want to hear in that small segment? So just
Absolutely.
write it in, send it to Dave, not to me. I wouldn't be able to quite understand it. So
Yep.
Where
Let's
can
have
they
a
find you,
flag
Dave?
About your best developers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just a brag a week.
A brag a week.
Yeah, short brag a week. And when can they reach you, Dave, to do that?
You can reach me at Dave at peopleandtech.co.uk.
Right.
Simple.
You could probably also reach him at contact or even Dave at Dave Bally.
Yeah. You could do. You could check that out.
Yeah. What is it? Say it again.
Dave at davebally.co.uk.
Yeah. Dave at
Right.
davebally.co.uk. Dave at peoplenotech.com. Or obviously any.
UK, we don't have com.
We don't have com.
We don't. Shh.
We don't have com. Shh. Honestly, I don't know. Some people just move slowly, before they get things. So, do we own humanwork.com?
I don't know.
We
Let me
should
just
check
check.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
You're checking it now live?
I am checking it now.
Mind, this is only live for us and not live for anyone else, but we are wasting people's time, so we better
We are.
give them something.
Carry on with what you're
Right, so outside of what you're figuring this out now, I did want to announce I did do something of value last week, so you guys are welcome to take a listen to that if you have the time, which is I've realized at long last that my message has to be very, very differentiated between the tech community and the HR community for very many reasons. The challenges are different, the wording is different, the understanding that's necessary is different, and even the products we're making at People Not Tech ought to be slightly different favors of both these needs. So for that, and in order for us to emerge us in the very middle of where the pain is, to get this the product that we're making at People Not Tech into the hands of the techies that need it, into the developers that need it, into the teams that will be sped up and become agile because of these products, what we found we have to do often is practically tackle the entire human debt of the organization. And very quickly, our efforts sometimes get stuck into this, what we perceive to be a fracture between the mandate and the level of understanding and learning of the HR department and the mandate and level of understanding and learning of the DevOps community. And when these two in the middle don't quite come together, there's no cohesion in the culture. And we've observed this time and time again. And what happens is that, have I went over time?
No, not at all.
So what happens is that people fall in the middle. The human that just ends up all encompassing. It goes over the DevOps that had great intentions. It goes over the HR that had great intentions. And my kind of call to arms has always been in people before tech, and it will be again in tech-led culture. And it is on my TikTok channels, and what I'm trying to, by the way, now actually bridge with my LinkedIn channels in a novel experiment that's going to continue all over the summer, actually, because I'm thinking of doing a summer of creation. So you're gonna join me in that. So everyone's gonna see loads of us more than they would like to have. Anyhow, back to the point again. The way that we're going to start chipping at that is, I believe, with two different messages. So if we are going to have enough messaging from the HR community, unfortunately, that's going to have to be in a closed, very close knit, very protective, very type of hidden and anonymous space, so that these professionals can tell us their genuine pain points. I can't talk to my leadership because they won't give me the respect, the support, the money, the time. These are the things that should say to them before they listen. This is how we can get the human work inside the organization. And this is what I've learned from DevOps. And this is what I know from Agile and tech they need. That's when we're going to get somewhere. So that's why we've created this called the Secret Society of Human Work, or the Secret Society of Human Work Advocates. You can find it as a pod on all major distribution channels, and you can also find us talking about it sometimes. If you think you're a human advocate listening to this from the tech community, come join us as well. You don't have to be anonymous. You can use your real name. Just if you know you're doing the human work all day, every day, if you know you're from the DevOps side of things, from the Agile side of things, from any side of things where the human work has become your main work because everything else has fallen into place already, come join us in the Secret Society of Human Work.
Wow.
This is what happens when you give me a second.
Yeah, definitely. And for those who really are interested, and our Patreon backers out there, I'm sure they'll want to. Once we move to OnlyFans, it's going to come.
This is going to be. We're going to talk
academic.
about organizational issues with
but,
my tits out. Is that what you're promising?
Peopleandtech.com, which we haven't got.
Yeah.
$2,695
to buy it. That's not a problem. What about humandead.com?
Okay, let's see who's got
You
that.
did tell me to cover you while you were getting in.
Yeah.
And I did for a while there. What was that? A minute or two of my...
That was good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Did you think we covered all the things?
I think we did.
So if people want to find us, where do they find us? People and tech. People and tech. People and tech. .co.uk. People and tech on all major social media channels.
Yeah.
People and tech on duenablomstrom.com. People and tech on davebally.com. And obviously on all the major podcast distribution channels, and this YouTube channel that you're seeing this thing on, obviously.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Again, nothing of value other than we've launched that to put the social side of let's discuss how to move HR and Agile forward. And we have also gotten a lot of conversation out of what's happened to you. Do you want to... What's happening? Are you saying you're not going?
Right. I've just had one of the most massive coincidences there can be. As we've been talking about peopleandtech.com.
Yeah.
Winter Who is, this is the company that owns it. Guess who owns humandebt.com?
No idea.
The same company. When did they register them? 2019.
It's a bit upsetting. We should leave this in there and go chat to our guys.
Let's see. They went, oh my gosh. Oh, this, our Patreon backers will have to be turning pennies after pennies after pennies for us to allow this domain.
Can you please make a note of the fact that we have promised I'm going to reveal what my dog is?
Yes.
What is it though? Go on.
The sale price for humandebt.com.
Yeah.
I mean, presently stands at $16,295.
I'm not surprised, yes. But shall we check what date it's been registered?
Yeah, I said that, 2019.
Yeah, but when 2019?
23rd of November 2019.
Okay, would you like to find out something fun?
Yeah. Is that when you first registered that?
That's absolutely irrelevant. However, you carry on talking, and meanwhile, I'll find something fun for you.
Uh-oh, that's really put me on the spot now. I mean...
You tell people what you've been doing last week. You were going to tell them.
Yeah. So, what have I been doing last week? It's been an interesting week. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. We've had any number of good conversations around tuning the organisation, understanding what the organisation does. Lots of talk around, still again, mainly, the tickets which we're getting through. They need to be polished up and understood and be investable so that those developers know what to do. And we're putting a lot of effort into automating our testing. All sounds relatively simple and knowable and doable and done, and things we've done in different environments and different companies for a couple of different years. But I think when you come into a new place, trying to get it instilled from the ground up presents a few challenges.
Right. I'm listening. As ever.
As ever. What do you mean, as ever?
More so than ever.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got a few, manual QA people who are testing the releases after drop. But to scale the org, we need to automate all of this. I think everyone.
How horrible can I be to you? We haven't discussed any of this. People, we are so ad hoc and so tired and so beyond the max. None of this is scripted. This you can be sure of.
Yeah, absolutely none of this is scripted, as you can probably tell by
unfortunately for you.
Yeah, the half hour of ramblings and putting Dave on the spot.
No one did. You could have went all of last week. I've learned about React versus Angular, or all of last week I've been thinking about whether DevOps pipes can be run end to end, or they depend on culture or tooling. You could have told me anything. You could have talked about is it Martin Fowler who's now written an entire team topologies. This is how you could use them. New thing, and bless him.
I have not seen that.
Matt and Matthew, they were like all over. Obviously, who would not be chuffed? That's like the grandfather of technology, as I understand it, who kind of agrees that team topologies matter.
Yeah.
So that to me was a big high.
Yeah, and I think over last weekend as well.
Oh yeah, that was an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Oh God, so we're gonna have to make it a 45 minutes thing now.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, really quickly, before we go to the big one, let's also get in, and I'll let you tell the whole story, but let's also get in the fact that we are thinking of getting in a 10-minute drop-in segment, which is typically going to be something we start very much ad hoc in the middle of other conversations we might have, and just ask people to jump on here, give us that one answer again. We put it in the can, we get it into an episode. And that's because we have an amazing array of astounding people we kind of know on personal basis, people that are now quite, important, big. We realize that people look up to them, they're influencers and they're technologists and they're, humans with valuable ideas. They don't have time to line up an episode. We don't want to hear them for an entire episode. Let's face it, we're quarreling for too long to do that. So we're going to have this 10 minutes drop-ins. Already a couple of really interesting names that we've lined up. And so just make sure you tune in for that, if nothing else. And then we're also going to have two big episodes that are behind you is why I'm reading with that much ease what the deal is. But we're going to have a bit of a blind react, and this is the blind react of the week. Remember we said, and right after this blind react, Dave is going to give us a long story of what happened, what new and the reason I'm saying will come in handy in a moment. What landed thought has he had? What revelation has he had? And remember, I said so this would have already tipped some of you off as to who do I mean they've spent the weekend phoning over. Yeah, because some bells will ring, but we'll keep you wondering while we tell you about this blind react, right? You want to hear it? It's going to be a jingle.
I want to know about this blind react.
Blind react jingle. I mean, let's face it, ain't nobody gonna put anything in here, right? Let's face it, let's be honest, right? This was not a blind react, by the way. It was a blind react for real. The earlier one he put me in front of, which is it seems that people have been using my work for quite a while. I'm gonna figure out for how long. But that's all right. I would use them.
When did you trademark human
That
depth?
I will check that out in a second. That's not the blind react we need to have on
No.
camera.
No.
However, meanwhile, and blind reacty way, I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send Dave a link. Do we have a chat window here in between us?
Yes.
We ought to. Do you wanna pull it up for me, baby?
Okay.
Oh God, no one's here for us to have any kind of disgusting banter. What if our parents are listening to this? But look, if my parents are listening to this,
Yeah.
can I just say I love you? But for our listeners, they're gone, both of them. So I doubt they are listening to this. What are we doing now? I'm sending you something, yeah?
You are sending me something for a blind react.
I'm trying to think if I finished the last step of how I wanted to. Stop it. Okay, do me a favor first. Pull up our TikTok, please.
Okay.
Watch this.
TikTok makes my day.
Oh, it makes his day. Every day makes his day.
Hang on.
He's on it. All day, every day.
Wow.
You can hear me so much better now, which will make it for so much worse of a... Oh, you can't, because you're off.
Mm.
You're out. Can you hear me better now?
Right.
Oh my God, I can hear me better.
Okay.
I can buy myself flowers.
Okay, so
Sorry. My hair needs doing.
which one are we looking at for the blind reveal?
Yeah. Can you tell me, while you're looking at these, are you looking at ours or mine?
I'm just looking at the following, which I'm not following them in it. Do you want me to follow you? No, I'm following you, but do you want me to just go directly to yours? Or
Yeah, okay, go directly to mine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Now, do you have mine in front of your face? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see? Yeah. Can you see one of them or several of them that have a bunch of hashtags? Yeah.
Right.
What would you say?
Filters experiment.
Yes,
human
not
depth,
that one.
yeah.
No, not that one.
No.
Which one of all the hashtags you see in all of my videos would you say was the most successful over the last 2 weeks?
One of the hashtags in all of your videos was the most successful over the past 2 weeks.
Or week. It
Mm.
would be on a screen. It wouldn't be difficult.
Filters experiment.
No.
No. Is it work talk?
No.
ADHD talk?
No.
Human work?
No.
People and Tech Pod?
Are you really just reading them all? Fuck is wrong with you? No one's asking to just read them in a line. You have no idea, is what you're saying.
I have no idea. Neuro
Okay.
spicy. Human work. Did I say human work?
Multiple times. You're annoying me.
Tech-led culture.
You're annoying me. You got them wrong. I don't know how you knew that.
Yeah. Authentic leadership.
You shut up. At least shut up. You're literally like, shut up, just shut up, shut up. It's
Shut
like you waited for the last one. Okay?
Yeah.
You're on purpose. You've avoided it. On
Have I?
purpose. People are going to think we've like rehearsed this. It looks improbable that anyone for real has this amount of miscommunication and they think that this madly in love or capable of doing a real life podcast. Okay?
Right.
So this is not comedy. This is real life. If they laugh now, they will laugh
At me.
at us.
No, at me.
Us.
No, not with me.
Us.
At me.
Us.
All right.
Neurospicy at work.
Neuro spicy at work.
Neurospicy at work.
Ah, that was the most successful one.
Not only that, but it was successful on LinkedIn as well.
Oh.
And not only that, but I had people privately reach out and say how big of a deal it is that I used it on LinkedIn because they've been meaning to and they were afraid they were going to be
Ridiculed.
laughed at.
Laughter, yeah. Well done, baby.
But
No,
why?
no, seriously. That's big grounds, isn't it?
No, but why?
Why?
How can it be big grounds? The world needed yours truly with my 5 followers. So sorry, you're 100,000 that I need to.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, not possible, right?
Yeah.
The world cannot be waiting for me to say we need to discuss neurodiversity at work
No, but it seems like the world is.
or being neurospicy at work. What's the problem with that?
What do you mean by neurospicy?
Just kind of, I think I'm hoping this is what the term means. By the way, I never really
Yeah.
checked it triple times.
Right,
I'm hoping it's the all-encompassing term. In my view, it's the before blind react to my opinion. Yeah, it's that it is the all-encompassing umbrella term for everyone that is on the spectrum of neurodivergence of some type, right?
Yeah.
Whether they are autistic purely or ADHD purely, or they have sensorial issues, or they have none of those, but they have other types of anxiety disorders, or they have BPD, or they have anyone who has a brain or an emotional system that works in a different fashion than that we consider to be quote unquote typical or quote unquote normal. That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Right? Anyone who is divergent is neurospicy to me. I don't know if that's a correct definition, is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a quick definition. Yeah.
Isn't that a nice thing? I came up with something that's not really tapped.
Yeah.
People are saying they're connecting to it.
Uh-huh.
And you know how I had that entire debate about how ADHD people are all just about ideas and not quite executioners like would like them to be, and it made me get all up in arms. And I have this entire TikTok debate about and LinkedIn debate about whether it's valuable to have only ideas and blah 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 blah. I just thought, you know what, this is one of those things. I just had an idea. Yes, it's a thing that people resonate with, but let's face it, I can't be taking the seventh thread for me to have as a crusade. I'm already, maybe we'll make it part of the human work one day, right? But I mean, this cannot stand, right? I can't be doing it. Right. And I'm sure someone somewhere is dealing with it. So I'll be happy to lend my name to them. Like, for instance, just the other day, I had spent some time researching multipotentialites and the plus side of ADHD and how we should absolutely spend time. And there are some amazing organizations over there that are dealing with it. And I thought, oh my God, I'll go talk to them. And I still want to do that. But here's the difference between that and that. Yeah. If you see a charge on our company card that is for an unknown domain, maybe you should go to neurospicyatwork.com or and kind of find out more about it, or you can go to neurospicyatwork.org and find out what you can do as a company to actually start getting the value out of the neurospicy people that you have around yourself.
Baby, have you been registering domains?
I have been registering domains. I have got a slightly stuck. I don't know how to start some of the shit. But by the time this episode comes out, this will be a thriving community of neurodiverse people at work. I've been saying on and on, this is an idea, let's do this. I've been saying to people in podcasts, and no one did anything. So I did. Guess who? Miss is already doing all the other things.
Yes.
That is how insane I am, yes. But was it needed? Yes. Okay. Is it there now? Yes. Neurospicy at work. Come join us. Let's make this happen.
Neurospicy at work.
Right. There is one other podcast I want to delve into called Neurodivergence at Work. And I kid you not, that is the only other one. I was absolutely stunned when I looked through Spotify. There's almost nothing to do with how neurodivergence is an accommodation we should even discuss in the workplace. Forget, is it something we should harness and value?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll calm down.
You come down on that one.
Yes.
Right.
That's the blind eye. Look at his face. Just have you been registering domains?
Yeah. No, very good, baby.
It was while you were aligning the same team. Yeah. And I mean, look, it's not finished. I mean, that community needs to be put in place and grown and whatever. Yeah. So does the other community. So does every other community. I'm not the person who's going to be growing those. Yeah? Because it's not me.
It would be interesting to know, actually, right? I think we do have a suspicion, and let's just say it's not being backed up with scientific data. How many people in the tech world are neurodivergent?
1 in 4.
1 in 4
is the data we have.
Oh, I didn't know we had data.
Oh, we have data 1 in
Oh,
4.
okay.
And I think the only data I really do have that I want to delve again into, I've read it for one of my books, but I don't remember which one. I don't remember exact data, and I know it's evolved since then. But the data is from. I'm starting to sound like one of those people who very quickly are trying to throw enough references in there to be taken seriously. That is bloody bizarre and sick.
Hmm.
Anyhow, was the Microsoft data, because Microsoft is one of the very few companies that has discussed neurodivergence as a value, right?
Very true, they do.
So we need to go back on that data. I'll do that for I'll plaster that all over Neurospicy at work. If it is any good, I'll ask them to sponsor us. Here you are, Microsoft. I'll wave. Come talk to me and sponsor neurodiverse at work. Have some. I don't by sponsor. I mean take the bloody idea and execution it. You have the systems and the people to execution it. Microsoft, don't leave it undone because Duena Blomstrom is neurodivergent.
Wow. I mean, that's a sales pitch right there on that.
No, it's a public gambit.
Public gambit.
If Microsoft doesn't want to hear us talking about how to help neurodiverse people at work, us authentic leaders who care and love Microsoft as
Yeah.
a place to understand new work culture, then we have problems.
Okay. Okay. So, what other companies are doing stuff around neurodivergency other than Microsoft?
I don't remember anyone else right now, but I'm sure there are many.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are. Let's take that as a homework until next
Yeah.
episode.
Which other companies are doing stuff in the neurodivergent field?
And in that, let's differentiate. Is that what? To help people access work? Is that people to thrive at work? Is that to help themselves garner the value from neurodiverse people?
Isn't it all part of the same thing?
I think it is. If
If
your
you
name
help
is
people, neurodiverse people thrive at work, if you help anyone thrive at work, you're getting the best, you're getting more out of them.
Oh, not only that, but I love how our title goes both ways. It's not only neurospicy at work, it's us that are neurospicy at work, but also what neurospiciness at work gives you as an organization.
Oh, it's very in depth.
It's not. It really isn't. They're all very simple sheds, but people won't understand things unless they're in frameworks that they have seen before. When you start connecting frameworks and throwing the bigger topics at people, that's when it starts breaking, in my experience.
Right.
Off to read the most unlikely of authors and of books for the weekend. Do you want to know what it is?
Go on in. What?
I really should remember the lady's name, but I'll put that on my neurodivergence and just kind of insert it in the notes of this episode, or you guys can see in this clip here. But I believe her name is Kane, and I am ashamed that I've never found her before. But it's an amazing lady that has made some big moves, some big changes, and then has returned back to the idea of why, if you ignore politics, it's going to eat you.
And if you ignore politics, it's going to eat you.
Yeah,
you mean company politics, obviously.
Right.
We don't care about the Johnsons of the world.
She's kind of saying, I believe she's saying, and I have no idea. I've literally just had 10 minutes looking at her, and enough to send her a very creepy message saying I'm having a crush on her, and I'm gonna buy her books. Look, I get those a few times a week, and no one died. And it was genuine. I think she can tell I'm mental but genuine. And her message, I think, is more towards I've been the corporate level rebel. I've then had to go back and take these people by the toxic policy and by the toxic politics, playing them at their own power game, I guess, sort of message. Again, don't call me. I might be wildly wrong. Happy to come back and say, see, we need this place as an accountancy place. Use this as your accountancy reading place. What will you commit to read until next episode?
What will I commit to read? Actually, your draft.
Of my book?
Yes.
You can't read that, of course.
Oh.
It's secret.
I got some Word documents. Because you wrote it. Yes, it hasn't been published, but that doesn't mean I can't read it, does it?
No, but at the rate at which we go live, it could have very well been published by the time this goes live.
I know. I am a slow reader, but with
how long? Tell people. No, let's keep
no,
that for the paid version of this. And it is quite the nugget, ladies and gentlemen. Ask us, how long has it taken Mr. Ballantyne to read my second book? Which is my third book. Anyways, People Before Tech. How long has it taken Mr. Ballantyne to read it? answer in next episode, together with what kind of dog I should be.
And how long it's going to take him to read Tech Big Culture.
Yeah, let's place bets on that. And how long until we get enough subscribers to show you 10 pictures of him looking happy.
Yeah. And how long before we get enough subscribers so we can move it off to OnlyFans?
For a stretch goal, how about can he look happy with a broken nose?
That is a stretch goal.
It's a stretch goal. Or a flat goal, depending on
I'm not
what
interested
the
in finding out
configuration
either of
is.
those things right now, baby.
Right. All right. We'll leave you with that. There's going to be no violence. On the contrary, we're planning on an amazing weekend that tends to disgust and annoy our children and our non-fans.
I wasn't even allowed to talk about what I found last weekend.
Oh my God, the big important thing. Let's stretch this for another 6 minutes. Can you do it in 6 minutes?
I think I can.
Go. Last weekend, it was an amazing time for Agile and reconnecting with its heart.
Yes, absolutely. So, I have been doing Agile for I don't know how many years, right? And that is, you turn up to a retro, you turn up to a planning, you turn up to some form of refinement session, you turn up to X, Y, and Z, and you move some tickets around on the board, and then you go into Jira, and then you comment on a Jira ticket, and you do a PR, and then...
And that is?
Yeah, and that's all bull. That's not Agile. That is not Agile. I had a revelation. That's Agile by heart.
A revelation.
Revelation.
There's a reason I keep insisting on this re.
What?
Do you remember what his talk starts with?
Yes.
I'll leave you with it.
But we was watching an Alistair Cockburn video, The Heart of Agile. It was filmed at a Swedish university or Swedish bank, or
no, it was the Swedish tax office.
Okay, the Swedish tax office.
Long intro, about 3 minutes. I did say this to Alistair, but that's not.
It needs cutting.
The last thing I know that the last thing.
Hey, we're not one to talk about that.
Right, exactly. Imagine visionaries hearing from others, oh, you should do better on this one video. You're so lucky I have this video online, okay?
Absolutely
it took me an act of God in 6 months. Shut up. So we
Yes.
probably just irritated him, or I did.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, Duena has been talking since we've met, right, about Agile, the heart of Agile, how Agile as a thought process, Agile in your body, in your soul, in your mind. And I was like, but we moved tickets. We moved tickets around and we put
He wasn't.
stickers.
He
and
wasn't. He never
we
believed that.
And we need to create more swim lanes and we need to do stuff like that. That's Agile.
No.
It's
I don't
not.
believe you ever believed that, though, in your heart of hearts. You believe there's more to it.
Yeah.
You had a feeling that it will take another level than
It
what
did.
you were
And
doing.
what was that level? It was a few beers. It was a few beers. I'm watching Alistair Cockburn
I don't think it was.
talk about the heart of Agile.
Right.
And then it was just like, oh my God.
I have had the revelation and we are on camera still.
Okay. What was your revelation?
Do you want to hear it?
I haven't even finished my revelation.
Finish
They
your
can't do two
revelation.
revelations.
No.
Yes. But no, the way he was describing problem focused thinking, and yeah, it was just like, oh wow. I get it. I absolutely 100% get it. And my love, I'm sorry that I've not been able to hear you through.
This is
that.
like a Moana moment. I
Oh,
haven't seen you
no.
before. I mean, we're joking now, but there were some real tears over this
There
at the weekend.
was.
I
There was
mean,
some real tears. There was some real anger.
nothing like
There was
rejection sensitivity dysphoria connected to Agile. Let me tell you, that's a whole other level of.
Yeah, but basically it all sums up to, I've been telling you for years, you MF, that there is more to Agile.
I mean, as you would all expect, two things here. First of all, I will take the opportunity to defend him and say, as you would all expect, he has been not only hearing me, but kind of non-hearing me anymore because it's all in repeat after a while. Believe me, I get tired of hearing myself. So I'm not blaming you from that perspective whatsoever. No one wants to hear the same definition over and over again. But you know what? I don't actually believe that it is until the last year that the definition has, or the last 2 years, that the definition has landed with me properly. And that is because I've kind of accepted my destiny of forever shall be the mad woman that insists we do the human work at work.
Yeah.
And I've left it there. I've left it simmer with me. It is what it is. I'll never
That's your
appear.
still.
It's what I need to do, simply because as you know, I've went through a journey of exploring other avenues, and the other long-term avenues are still there. I'll never be anything else but a product person at heart. So anytime that we can leave this conversation and we can talk only about product and how what I understand by product and what you understand by product, that'd be great, because that's the middle ground.
We do need to find the middle ground somewhere, mate.
But this is what I'm saying. I think
And finding that middle ground together, we can make magic. We'd be
mm,
like the 18.
no one's let me finish though, so it's not going to be magic. You don't even let me get my
If I
my-
don't interrupt
point
you.
one. Forget point two. So point one was um, the fact that you didn't buy it for that long shows that
It
you
wasn't.
know.
No. I wasn't. I was buying it. I wasn't even sure there was a shop.
Okay, but here's the other thing I would say to you, and this is what the big revelation I had, and I'm leaving your excuse and the story in favor of this revelation because I think it's quite big. Is I know this intimately, and I wouldn't have known this about anyone else. So perhaps this is something we can apply to others, or use as a hypothesis in our work. For those of you that don't know, and I don't know why anyone would miss any part of my biography, I run a software technology company that kind of spends time figuring out how to make the absolute best amount of human interaction called the human work for teams. And so maybe this is a hypothesis we make a thing at the intersection of science and technology. It's not science fiction, but it's not far, right? It's not fiction, it's science and technology. And we will always accept the fact that there will be accusers and people who will doubt it and people who will be unpleased with us coming back to reiterate those things that they had thought that they had moved the rhetorics from.
And
It's
like, from my experience with it, you put it in front of people and you get a sort of reaction.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Because it is what we've made, as you know, and we can talk about this multiple times, puts this mirror, this sudden mirror in front of you, going, "Oh my God! Now I can't even do this human work they're talking about because of X, Y, and Z. These are the things that are holding me back. Either I don't have the budget, the time, the interest, the people, the engagement, the whatever you name it. There is something that's missing that's keeping people from doing the necessary human work." I don't have the most often the thing that's missing the most is I don't have the balls, I don't have the courage, I don't have the liberty with each other, I don't have the team with the psychological safety and implicitly the culture that's healthy enough. We know all that, right? Everyone knows all that. There's literally maybe a total of 100 words to know so that you can turn around any big enterprise. It's not about the names. It's about the willingness, the courage, the teams, the amount of people that can make it happen, right? And you know some of those, I know some of those, but we also know you don't genuinely become what I call a superhero or a human work advocate until it lands. And two things need to land. Yeah? Agile does need to land. But I'll tell you something, Agile never lands at DNA level until you as a person, and this I hope I'm wrong on this position, have done the necessary internal growing and human work. The more of a grown up one is, the more at peace with who they are, the more in touch with their feelings, the more understanding of their others and themselves in self-awareness, the more acute people are, the more likely it is they can understand Agile. And I've said this over and over again. If we want people, it's a beautiful feeding circle, if you wish. We want people to be Agile. We want them to have done this human work on themselves to where they are acute enough, to where they care enough, to where they understand, while the heart of Agile is this human work, this collaboration, this call it whatever Alistair wants to call it, because I'll take his word over mine any day. Clearly, so will you.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, an interesting weekend. Last weekend. Let's hope we can have another interesting weekend.
Let's hope not, because your nose needs to remain unbroken.
Okay.
Otherwise, the viewers can pay for it.
This weekend, I'm reading, Tech League Culture.
Are you?
Covered, well, not covered to cover, but word file to word file.
One by one by one.
One by one by one.
Excellent. Let's see it happening. Boom.
Yeah, boom.
And the other weekend, all of you, let me tell you, oh God, meanwhile, it would have happened already, but the other episodes are going to be filmed from paradise. We're taking the show on the road right away, ladies and gentlemen. We haven't even started for 5 minutes, but we're getting on the road. We're gonna hit the waves of
Lanzarote.
Lanzarote. We're going to Ibiza. No, we're going to Spain.
Venga Boys never had a song about going to Lanzarote.
It wasn't as trendy in their time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
have an amazing vacation. If you're listening to this on that vacation, put it down right
It's
away.
Summertime.
Absolutely,
Chill,
don't listen.
Relax.
Yeah.
Read a book.
Maybe
with
over
family.
Christmas. You can listen over Christmas. If you're listening to this over Christmas, remember you can go to the beach like we did. You can do these stand-ups on by the beach like we did. You can talk about all of this stuff and still go salsa dancing unless already they've closed the place. We'll see. Anyways, all the best, everybody. Bye.
Bye.